Hey guys, traveling. What is traveling for people? I think traveling is great. Traveling is exciting. It is awesome, right? Because it's about self satisfaction, it's about happiness, it's about hmm, just joyfulness, right? Enjoying your life. If you are able to travel, it means that you are just satisfied with your life. You are just able to, just you can afford this thing because lots of people are not able to travel, right? And that's why traveling is great. Hey guys, today we're going to speak about traveling, right? Traveling is great. It is exciting. It is just sometimes it's breathtaking, right? O'rtoqlar, bugun sayohat haqida gapirmoqchi edik. Sayohat bu ajoyib narsa albatta. When you travel, you change your environment, you change your communication environment, right? You change just the people you are communicating with, and the just situation where you are just entertaining yourself, right? And that's why I think, as Mark Twain, that famous American writer, said, when we're all going to die someday, right? We will all certainly die someday, and when we die, we'll be regretting about two things: about not traveling enough, right, and about not being loved enough, right? And that's why we should travel, just to leave our comfort zone, just to leave our just working place, just living place, and to see new people, to see new places, and to listen to new ideas and new lifestyle, new mentalities, new mindsets. And that's why I think traveling is great. Demak, sayohat bu ajoyib, albatta. Yangi odamlarni ko'rasiz, yangi joylarni ko'rasiz va yangi fikrlashlar bilan tanishasiz, yangi g'oyalar bilan tanishasiz. Mark Twain aytgandek, ikki narsa haqida, o'lim tashaga deyotganda ikki narsa haqida bizlar afsuslanamiz ekan. Demak, birinchisi yetarlicha sayohat qilmaganligimiz to'g'risida va ikkinchisi yetarlicha bizga nisbatan muhabbat, mehr muhabbat bo'lmaganligi to'g'risida afsus qilamiz ekan. Right. And that's why I think if you can't afford, for example, going to Turkey, you can just travel to different cities of Uzbekistan, for example, Bukhara, Hiva, Samarkand. And these cities are great, right? And just you won't regret about spending your time. In addition to that, you can meet foreigners. You can just practice your English, by the way, right? If you travel to an English-speaking country, you can just talk English. You can speak English to native speakers, and the best thing is you will not need any interpreters, right? Because interpreters cost money, a lot of money actually. And if you know English, you will not need any interpreters, and you will not need any people who are going to help you with your visa, with your just route, right? And I think knowing languages is great in this case. And English is understandable, and it is spoken in nearly all countries in the world, right? If you know English, you will not need anybody's help. You will not need any interpreters. You will not need any people to help you, to accompany you, right? Ingliz tilini bilsangiz, demak, sayohat qilish uchun juda ham qulay bu. Chunki bu biron joyga borar bo'lsangiz yoki biron viza yoki bironta bilet olaman deyadigan bo'lsangiz, demak, sizga hech kimning yordami kerak bo'lmaydi. Ya'ni o'zingiz bemalol bu ishlarni qila olasiz va ko'pgina mablag' tejaladi. Buning ustiga ingliz tilini yaxshigina amalda qo'llashingiz mumkin, praktika qilishingiz mumkin. Practice, right? You can practice. If you win that work and travel visa to the United States, that is great, right? That would be great if you were able to win that ticket to the United States, right? That visa, which is called work and travel visa. You can you should be a student of Uzbekistan, and you should know English. Two requirements, right? You should know English enough, and you should be a student of Uzbekistan. Only in this case, you can be given that visa, which is called work and travel visa to the United States. You can work and travel around the United States. You can practice your English. You can see different places, different people. It is really great. But again, if your summer vacation lasts for about 3 or 4 months, that is cost effective. For example, if you study in Westminster University or Singapore University, their summer vacation lasts for about 4 or 5 months. I think 4 months at least. And you can go to the United States and you can spend 4 or 5 months in the United States. But if you study at our universities, just local universities, your summer vacation lasts for about 2 months, 2.5 months, which means going to the United States is not very cost effective because you'll have to come back very quickly, right? You can stay in the United States for 2 months and then you have to come back, which is not acceptable maybe for some students. Demak, Westminsterga o'qiyotgan bo'lsangiz, masalan, work and travel vizani qo'lga kiritsangiz, Amerikaga sayohat qilishingiz mumkin. 4 hatto 5 oyga. Chunki Westminsterda yozgi kanikullar juda ham uzun. 4 oy, 5 oy davom etadiki, bu o'zini oqlaydi demak. O'zimizning universitetlarda, mahalliy universitetlarda o'qisangiz, u yerda yozgi kanikul 2 oy, 3 oy bo'ladi. Bu unchalik o'zini oqlamaydi albatta, chunki siz Amerikaga borib tezgina qaytib kelishingiz kerak. Chunki o'qishni davom etkazish uchun qaytib kelishingiz kerak. Unda demak bu o'zini unchalik oqlamaydi. Just it's up to you. It depends on your purposes. And anyway, visiting America is a great thing, just for everybody. And spending in an English-speaking country where just the English is spoken just as a native language by many people. You have to listen. You have to just adjust your listening. You have to talk to English-speaking people, native speakers. It means that you can boost your skills. All your English skills can be boosted by visiting an English-speaking country. And United States is a great option for everybody. I think, yes, it's a great option. You can see just cities of the United States and maybe countryside and their lifestyle. And you can work, by the way. You can just earn some money. Just a decent amount of money can be earned if you stay in the United States for about 4 or 5 months, right? And you can enjoy traveling. You can enjoy just visiting different interesting places, right? I think it's a great experience for everybody just visiting the United States. Right? Again, for this purpose, you need to know English and you should be a student of Uzbekistan, right? Demak, o'sha boyagi work and travel vizasini qo'lga kiritish uchun, Amerikaga work and travel vizasini qo'lga kiritish uchun demak ingliz tilini bilishingiz kerak va O'zbekiston fuqarosi bo'lib, O'zbekiston studenti bo'lishingiz kerak. Bironta O'zbekiston universitetlari birontasini studenti bo'lsangizgina, undagina o'sha vizani qo'lga kiritib, demak Amerikaga tashrif buyurishingiz mumkin. 3 oyga, 4 oyga, 5 oyga. Right. Okay. And you can travel to maybe some other countries, to Turkey, to European countries, but anyway, English is enough for you, right? Again, in the world on international level, English is just irreplaceable. It can be understood by everybody. It is spoken just everywhere, and you will not need any other languages. Okay, if you go to Spain, maybe it would be great if you learned Spanish, or if you go to Russia, it would be great if you learn Russian. But anyway, English is just understandable and English is acceptable for many countries, and maybe that's why American people don't learn any foreign languages, or very few people from the United States learn foreign languages because English is understandable and then they don't have to learn any other languages. It makes them lazy. It makes sometimes it makes them uncomfortable. They want to develop their brain. They want to know 2-3 languages, but they don't have any motivation because English is spoken everywhere. It is understandable everywhere, and that's why people from English-speaking countries like the United Kingdom, United States, they don't have to learn any foreign languages, right? From one side, it is good for them, but on one hand, it is good, but on the other hand, it is not, right? Because it makes them just narrow-minded, right? Narrow-minded. Demak, amerikaliklar va britaniyaliklar uncha boshqa xorijiy tillarni uncha o'rganib yotishmaydi, chunki ingliz tili hamma joyda gapiriladi, ingliz tili hamma joyda tushuniladi. Shuning uchun ularga buni boshqa tillarni o'rganish uncha shart emas. lekin bu ularni dangasa qilib qo'yadi va dunyoqarashini toraytirib qo'yadi, narrow minded. Agar demak keng dunyoqarashga ega bo'lishni istasangiz, demak albatta xorijiy tillarni o'rganish kerak. But in addition to that, if you want to be a successful businessman on international level, you have to know the language you are just the language of the country you are dealing with, right? If you make business with China, it's a great idea to learn Chinese, to know Chinese. If you have business with Russia, you have to know Russian because it's going to help you, right? It is going to help you. If you make business with Japan, Japanese is a great option for everybody who is making business with Japan, right? Or traveling to Japan. And that's why knowing foreign languages will not do you any harm, right? Umuman xorijiy tillarni bilish hech kimga zarar qilmagan, faqat foyda keltiradi, lekin zarar qilmaydi.